like write articles, because communication, education, sports management, like business majors are very broad. Mm-hmm. So if I'm coming in, I'm like, I want to major in business. All right, you're gonna take some entrepreneurship. You're gonna take accounting.
But you do that.
Are you saying they should start day one?
But yeah, that's why.
But that's what Barack was trying to do when he was here. He was trying to make your bachelor's 2 to 3 years
instead of the 4 because of your prereqs.
He was like the AA. You should.
But the prereqs are important. I don't think people realize how truly important your prereqs are, especially if you're doing certain things. So, like in nursing, you need that English course because you need them science courses and you need that psychology course.
I'm talking about like.
I think it depends on the school that you go to because I'm not going to lie. When I went to FAM, my curriculum was based off of what I would need for nursing. So I took anatomy and physiology because I needed to prepare for nursing.
See,
I think it depends on the school that you go to.
Because like when I finally went in my core classes, when I did my sports management and recreation, park recreation, I tell people all the time it's basically 2 degrees, but they just made it 1 because there's a degree called park management, park recreation.
Oh, I did not know that.
But anyway, I like when I took my core classes, I took classes where I had to take, but I feel like I didn't have to take it. But I'm like, I look back, I'm glad I took it. Like I took an architecture class. They taught us like how to pretty much design the park and everything. Like and then I had took a class of like the policies and everything, planning, zoning and everything. And it's just like I feel like it's true, like. You still need that, but it still you need to be based around your major.
Your major. It depends on the school you go to.
Yeah, like I remember when I was in high school, I took a business English class. Like,
and it depends on if you have the idea of your major. Because a lot of the mistakes that are, and that's why I don't dog out community college because it gives you that opportunity to figure out what you want to do. But I also feel like a lot of our youth doesn't know what to do. And that's something that like, I think that you can be an entrepreneur without needing a degree, but a degree enhances your entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. Getting a degree, even if it's just, I'm getting a trade, this is my trade, I'm going to, like, if I were to do a trade, my trade is being a barber. Because being a barber is a trade. Mm-hmm. And I start opening my own thing. I don't know how to open a business.
Yeah, you need that.
So I need that business background to do it.
But then I think, like, when I think back to my freshman year in college, our core classes, like, I took classes that, like, I took a class, Women in Japanese Society. What the fuck do I need that for? I'm not ever going to Japan. I guess you
know
could.
That, dude.
Well, I don't know that I'm not going to Japan, but if I do go to Japan, it's probably going to be for vacation, and I'm not going to be worrying about the sociological impact of Japanese society on their women. Like, I don't need that.
You don't know that, though. God may have a plan for you.
Maybe, but I don't remember anything from that class, so it's not beneficial.
I took an Asian history class, and to this day, like, there are things that I remember.
I don't remember anything. Like, but that's good. Like, it's good to have because it's good to have. Like, you can talk
like
to
when
somebody
I go to
about
Japan.
It.
Like, I know certain things.
But me, like, I don't remember anything from that class. Like, I think I took Tai Chi for my PE. Like, and I don't even think we need to have PE as a requirement. I mean, in public school, like yes, but like once you get to college, I don't think you need PE.
You know why? Because for me, like, I think you still need like a wellness class.
A wellness, health and nutrition, maybe, but not like
you still
mental health and nutrition.
Yeah,
they need that too. But listen,
when I was in college, I needed that mental health.
But listen, though, like, people don't understand that the reason why it may not say it in the title, but that wellness class, like, it really like my professor, she was like, we know that y'all very stressed out in school and everything, and like, I know y'all not gonna take this class seriously. Y'all want to get, I think it was like 1 or 2 credits. I think. Yeah. You get your 2 credits or whatever, but use this as an advantage for this class because it's gonna teach you
how to balance
life and your health. Because people forget.
But
like, you see all these. You see some of these wealthy people. Like I study like business because I want to be in that group because the fact that I want to own so much, but at the same time I don't want to kill myself.
Right.
So it's just like you look at these people. Majority of them either really big or like they're really skinny, like
and coked out.
Yeah, like they never slept or nothing. Like wellness classes teach you. Even though I don't sleep, I probably go to sleep like late or whatever. But it still teaches you that you must have certain amounts of hours of sleep and stuff like that.
Wellness, yeah, but like the PEs that we had at Spelman, well, that I remember because I don't really remember, like bowling. Like bowling is pure. I mean, some people do it professionally, but that's pure recreation. And then like Tai Chi, I guess, yeah, that's a good skill to know for meditation and all that. But like in golf, I took golf because business deals are made on the golf course, like But like some other like I just don't see the point in it if it's not teaching me how to eat a balanced meal, how to make sure that I'm getting enough sleep at night, how to, that kind of stuff. Like a wellness class and a nutrition class, perfect. But as far as like a actual physical education, like you did that all throughout your childhood.
I actually like that. We about to be doctors. We do need to create like a mental health class.
But that's the thing about that goes back to what I'm saying. Like our generation, we are individuals who are like, we have the ability to do all of the things that we complain about all the time. But if we're just going to sit there and complain, and it's like I told you about some of your friends, like we sit here, we complain. But what are you doing to change it? What are you going to do to make it a difference? Like that whole, should you go to school to be an entrepreneur? That shouldn't even be a question. Why can't I do both? I knew some of the best entrepreneurs when I went to FAMU. I knew girls that were doing hair and going to school. They had their own hair business and they were making hair, they were making side money, and they were still getting and they still were getting their MBA. Yeah. I knew girls that were cooking. Like I knew people that were making food and they would sell food out of their dorm, like out of their apartments to make side cash and still going to school. I don't think that there's a problem with doing both. If you're going to do entrepreneurship, do it.
But let me break this down too.
But realize that gaining that extra knowledge,
I don't think degrees are worth as much as they were back when our parents were like getting their degrees. Because right, like when they were growing up, you could have a bachelor's and be fine. But now, like I think we need a JD, you need a PhD.
I think the value that we put on it is monetary, when really it shouldn't be monetary. It should be the fact that I always say it. I got my bachelor's because I didn't want to be a statistic. I wanted to be a Latina who graduated college without kids, without any issues. I got my master's because I wanted something that had to do with the education system. So I got my master's in education. My doctorate is not because I want to make more money. Does the more money benefit me? Yes, of course. My doctorate is to show every other girl, every other Latina and black girl, that just because I'm a minority and everyone can say that I can't do it, I did do it. And I still am doing it.
Cause think about it, doctor.
And the aside from that, that's more value than the money that comes with it. And the doors that get to be opened because I have it are what makes it more valuable. I think back then we used to put monetary value on it. Now we need to stop thinking of it as a monetary thing and think about it as the doors that'll open. You have a master's in business and you're black and you have your own business. What doors can you open for someone else?
Yeah, and that's where I want to go back. Like, one, I want to say this. People got to realize that they're not Warren Buffett, they're not Jay-Z, they're not Dr. Dre. You can be. It takes people a long time. Like I look at Nick Cannon, for example. This man he went back to school. He's going to Howard right now, taking classes. He didn't have to do that. He already got his money. But he said, you know what? It's fine that I could have got like a what they call it, the doctorate, when they give out the honorary doctorate. But he was like, I don't want to do that. I actually want to go to school and learn because I want to. The place that I'm going to right now, like I want to change up my vocabulary, you know, especially when I get around certain people, like, and I want to, like, for me, like, for example, like, for me, people ask me, like, why you going for, certain people, like, why you going for your doctor? Why you just settle for a master? I said, the reason why I want to go for my doctor is because I know I have between my 5 and 10 year plan, but my 15 to 20 year plan, I want to own a team. You see, people don't realize, in order to be an owner for like a football team, a baseball team, a hockey team, soccer team, whatever, especially in the major sports, you got to get voted in. Who all owners? White people. So they gonna look at me. They gonna be like, damn. Not only he's a bender, he has own businesses. He's married. He's got kids. They gonna be like, this man got a bachelor's, master's.
That's one thing they can't take away from you.
They gonna be like, damn, this man did everything. And then, matter of fact, it's the dude that did the Morehouse that gave away those scholarships. This man, he's a billionaire. He went to Morehouse. Like, I think he got his. He was a lawyer.
I didn't know that.
I don't know if he got his master's or he was a lawyer or whatever. But I tell people all the time, like, it depends on you. If you just want to be a person that just want to do a trade, whatever. I don't judge. At least get a trade. But if you want to be able to not only change your life, but like you have kids and stuff, school is where it's at, because college actually taught me entrepreneurship even more to a whole nother level. Like, I was DJing for, like, you know, different like organizations and stuff like that. You know, I met people like, you know, like Shadari said, like, they were doing their stuff, and I asked them, like, how you make this fly, how you did this. So people think like, oh, you have to learn in class. I'm like, I learned in class and outside class. It's just that there's a difference in that knowledge. Yeah, like, I was DJing before I went to college, but I took a music business class. That class taught me about the radio. That shit taught me about royalties. That shit taught me about you gotta do different contracts for the label, for the radio station. That shit
and it's available.
Copyright, trademark.
It's there for you. It's not something that you have to go and search for. That's the other thing, because a lot of people are like, well, you can learn that in real life.
You can learn it on YouTube, but like,
you can, but guess what? When are you going to sit down with other like-minded individuals and share ideas?
I have a question for you guys.
But wait, also, I wanted to say this. The one thing that the world cannot take away from you are your degrees. Yes. You can take away my business. You can take away all that I've worked for, but the one thing that you cannot take away from me are every single degree that I worked for.
Yeah, and my professor, before I let you go, I meant to say this too. Okay. My professor, he also told me, I sat with him yesterday, he was telling me, he was like, John, you know he Korean. He was like, John, he was like, you know everything about the sports management, but I want you to learn more about the business theory. And I'm like, damn, you right, because I know enough, but I don't. I always thought I was as detailed, but like to learn, like, because that's what people don't understand. Like, that's where education comes from. Like, for where I want to be at in 20 years, hopefully sooner than that, but in 20 years, I have to learn to be more business. I have to be more theory. Period. Like, you look at. I love my Warriors, but you look at Toronto, they won the championship. I hate the Patriots. You seen them, they won the championship. Like, all these teams that won championships, they had a great owner, great GM. You know what they did? They had to do research. They had to do surveys. When they get the talent, they had to do all this other research. Like, it's so much than just doing the business. Like, it's a lot. So
yeah.
What were you gonna?
That's true. So how do you guys feel about, this is like switching gears kind of, if you guys were single, right? Would you date someone who didn't have the same amount, at least the same amount of education you had or more? Would you date somebody who's like not, like, say they just had a high school diploma?
I would.
Or a GED?
I was just talking about this.
I think it depends on what is your ambition? Do you plan on staying at Target for the rest of your life, or do you plan on doing something else with it? Because you have to meet people where they are. Not everybody